How can changing one seemingly small habit revolutionize how you live? In 1987, a group of Wall Street investors gathered at a fancy Manhattan hotel to hear from Paul O'Neill, the new CEO of the Aluminum Company of America, otherwise known as Alcoa.
It was a room full of smarter-than-you-are financial analysts, masters of the universe, there to harpoon you.
Everyone expected O'Neill to talk about the bottom line.
It was all profit. Don't tell us anything else. Just tell us how much money you're going to make.
Then he reached for the mic.
I began by saying to them, I want to point out the exits to you. If there is an emergency, do not use the elevators. You need to take the stairs down.
Unlike past CEOs who had geared their talks towards profit margins, O'Neill had this singular and baffling obsession: safety.
I said to them, Alcoa is going to become an injury-free workplace. I could tell from the reaction of the audience that they thought I'd landed from Mars or something.
Everyone was surprised at O'Neill's focus on safety because Alcoa had a pretty good safety record to begin with. But aluminum manufacturing is dangerous work. Even employees believed injuries were impossible to avoid.
I think most of them thought this is some kind of hippie gibberish.
O'Neill, however, had a theory. He believed if he could change one set of habits, like changing worker safety patterns, he could solve other kinds of problems as well. For instance, one major cause of injuries was molten metal splashing on employees. So O'Neill ordered factories to redesign their pouring systems, which led to fewer accidents. That also ended up saving Alcoa money because less raw materials were lost in spills. Or take Alcoa's new policy on repairs. O'Neill ordered that when a machine began breaking down, it was a top priority to fix it right away to stop malfunctioning gears from injuring employees. And as repairmen started showing up more often, employees began suggesting other ideas for improving the machines as well. When O'Neill forced everyone to shift their safety habits, it set off a chain reaction that sparked all kinds of other improvements and innovations. And within a year of O'Neill taking over as CEO, Alcoa's profits hit a record high.
If you look at the safety performance and the economic performance, they're like glued together.
O'Neill's success at Alcoa is just one example of how changing a habit can spark a chain reaction. This can happen in people's lives too. Researchers have found that when people start exercising habitually, they often start eating more healthily. They also tend to use their credit cards less. They're less likely to procrastinate at work. Creating just one new habit can spark changes that touch every part of how we live. When O'Neill retired from Alcoa after 13 years, the company was one of the most productive, profitable, and safest on Earth.
I wasn't sure it would translate perfectly into profitability and revenue growth, but it did.
Large transformations always seem nearly impossible at first. But sometimes, if you can change just one big habit, you can also convince yourself that all kinds of other changes are possible as well. And then, the changes can ripple through an entire company or life.